Video just a little bit. This week he now has 18 number ones and 13 consecutive in a row. Yeah. On behalf of Blake's family, whom many of them are here tonight, his friends, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you my buddy that I'm so proud of, Mr. Blake Shelton.
Was that you're the reason God made Oklahoma? That was awesome. That was great. That's so good. Wow. Let me get my little clips off here. Man, when I got my fall schedule for The Voice this year, it's always like last minute when we get these schedules. And man, we got the schedule, and it was only like a month ago, and it landed literally right over the top, right in the middle of this event. And I mean, I did what any television personality would do. I threw a freaking fit, and to the network, and I was like, I'm not, I can't, I got to be there that day. I'm going to be there. Y'all can reschedule the shows or whatever. And this was like, it was a standoff for a few days, and finally I got an email from the vice president of NBC, and it was like one of those messages. It's like, man, congratulations on your induction into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, and then he went on to remind me of my contract with NBC and how much they were paying me to be there. So needless to say, I woke up this morning in LA, and I'm going to wake up there again tomorrow morning. But thank you, NBC, for at least giving me this night. See, already read that part. Perfect. I don't know what to say on something like this. I mean, this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it's a big deal to me. But before I let it slip by, today is the anniversary of the day that I lost my brother 24 years ago today, and it's a heavy day, and it's a tough day for all of us in my family, and my mom, my sister's back there, and there's a little part of me that thinks somehow my brother is up there, and he's like, hey, he had something to do with this day. Like, maybe we can induct Blake into the Hall of Fame on this day, and they won't think about it. But nice try, Richie. We don't forget about you. You know, from the time I was a teenager, that's when I really got into country music. I mean, like, really, like, big time. And I paid attention to everything about it and every artist. And one of the things that I always noticed that I thought was really cool was artists from Texas. You almost knew that they were from Texas before you even knew who they were. I mean, there was this pride about Texas and Texans, and it was just always, you know, in your face. And I liked that. I thought it was so cool. And I always promised myself that if I ever got the opportunity, I was going to be that guy for Oklahoma. And so, hopefully I did. But I remember when I started thinking about that today on the way here. By the way, I just thought on the way here today, is like, oh crap, I probably got to talk at this thing. So that's why, I mean, literally, look at this pile of crap I have here. So I started thinking about that today, and I thought back to when I really first realized I had that opportunity to talk about being from Oklahoma, and it was what Larry was talking about whenever Austin first came out, and I had like my first like big interview with some magazine. I can't remember what the magazine was, but so I walked into this room and sat down, and this lady asked me a few questions, and she eventually said, "Tell me what it was like growing up as a kid in Oklahoma." And I was ready. I said, "Well, man, when I was a kid, I spent most of my time outdoors. And I mean, when I say most of my time, I mean, I went in the house to sleep. Like, I remember my dad put an intercom system on the outside of our house. This is not a lie, to call me back to the house when it was like dinner time. It was like on his CB base station, flip over to intercom, Blake, get your ass back." So I told her, I said I was always outside, and in the summertime, I was looking for crawdads and catching lizards and turtles and locusts, and then when the fall came around, I remember when I was a kid, for extra money for Christmas, we used to go out and pick pecans. I mean, you went and got a bucket of pecans, and you took it to the producer or whatever, and they weighed it, and you got $5 or whatever, and that was a big deal. And then when the springtime came around, I remember, we were always going out looking for morel mushrooms. Does anybody in here even know what morel mushrooms are? Okay. I'm not talking about getting high. You actually fry these and eat them.